classification of scheduled castes. And many of the Dalit intellectuals stand up and oppose it. And it so happens that all of them come from the upper segment of SC. I find something very strange about it. If they were for social justice, I would have expected them to stand up and say, maybe I have got more than what I deserved. Maybe there are people below me who deserve more than I do. They should get the first chance. That would have been social justice. Otherwise, it's selfishness. So, this applies to OBCs. When it is made 42%, the first challenge should be to say, those OBC communities which are the most disadvantaged within the OBCs, they should get the highest share, more than their population share they should get. Those who stand for that, they will be advocates of social justice. Those who say, no, my community should get a little more. That is selfishness, that is not social justice. Even if you are from OBC, being born in OBC is no virtue. The real test is when it goes against you and you stand up. When there is OBC reservation, how many of you will stand up and say, but OBC women do not get anything? What is done in the name of OBC, all OBC men take it away. Those who stand up and say OBC women should have a special consideration, whether quota or whatever, they are the true champions of social justice. The tragedy of social justice politics in our country is that the entire social justice constituency has been fragmented. Some people come, everyone says social justice, but some people talk only of Dalits. Some people talk only of OBCs. Some people talk only of ST. In my village, I come from Haryana. In my village, people from my caste, Yadavas, are actually landowners. So they are they're not like Kamas or Reddys, but maybe like Kapus, somewhat similar to them. They are landowners. So, before Mandal came, in my village, when I would speak to my people and defend reservation, they would all say, "Arey, tujhe kya ho gaya? Tum in logon ki baat kyun karta hai?" Then Mandal came. All of them said social justice is a very nice thing because they became beneficiaries of that overnight. The test is, and that is the real tragedy, because this is being organized by OBC Forum, I want to remind you that most of the atrocities against Dalits are carried by OBCs in this country, not by Brahmins. There is a sociological reason for that. I'm not saying OBCs are bad. But the fact is, look at all the atrocities against Dalits in this country. 80% of them are being done by OBCs. Is it not our duty to stand up for this issue? Those who stand for social justice will have to stand up on this issue. This is the test of their being for social justice. Standing up for the rights of women is going to be a test. And to be able to say, you see, in the Indira Sahni judgment of 1992, the Supreme Court had said, after every 10 years, there should be a review. There should be a census. And we should find out which communities have done so well that they don't deserve to be in the OBC category. No OBC leader talks about it, because all of them know that my community will come in this. Why don't we talk about it? I think those who stand for justice should have the courage to talk about it. They should say, yes, let us find out. And if there is any OBC community which has reached the levels of non-reserved communities, of the general communities, if they have reached that level, they should be excluded from the OBC category. Why not? Because we stand for justice. We don't stand for some community's interest. Friends, I can go on and on, but I have 2 or 3 requests. One is, I've written about it. While you all very nicely invite me every 6 months or so, I don't think any of you reads me. Please read it. You don't read any of the longer things. So I've written some longer things on this, on the issue of social justice, and what should be a principled approach to social justice. Can you please translate that into Telugu and circulate it? Because in the last instance, idea is a battle of ideas. We have to strengthen. It's nice to welcome me, nice to say all the very, very lovely things you say about me. But it would matter to me the day you read me. And when you read me, you will speak better than I do. When someone gives arguments better than I can give, that is the day I will actually feel so happy. I will feel truly honored to have come here. Second, I would like OBC Student Association to work very closely with Dalit students, with Adivasi students, with women, with minorities, with all the oppressed people. Because right now we face the challenge to the constitution of this country. Right now the foundations of this country are being shaken. There is an assault, there is an attack on the foundations of this country. No one community can save this country. OBCs cannot, SC cannot, ST cannot, but all of them put together can save this country. What we need is a coalition of bottom of the pyramid. If Indian society is like a pyramid, the top triangle of that pyramid has been captured by the rulers of this country. If you go to their meetings, their coffee house, their drawing rooms, you know what they talk about Modi ji all the time. Who will save this country? Because rulers of this country, the top triangle, has sold out. The bottom of this country, the bottom of the pyramid will save India. That is a historic responsibility. The responsibilities of OBCs is not only to secure their own interest. The responsibility of the OBCs is to join everyone else and defend the Republic of India. Because if India is defended, if our constitution can be protected, then social justice will be protected. Your reservations will also be protected. But the fundamental battle is to save the constitution, save this republic. And in order to do so, you have to work with everyone else. Let me also say something very unpleasant. Because I think you invite me so often that I feel like an insider. And the duty of an insider is not to say sweet things. The duty of an insider is to also say harsh things. The problem with OBCs is, you see, Indian society structure is you have Savarnas, you have OBCs, you have SC, you have ST. So Savarnas think that they are above everyone else. OBCs think they are at least above SC and ST. Within SC, some people think that I am at least touchable SC, I am not untouchable SC. Unfortunately, the same structure is replicated in social movements also. So OBCs somehow feel that we would take the lead in social justice. Can I say something very unpleasant? Unfortunately, the OBC movement in this country has not produced its own leaders. Compared to that, Dalits have produced much better leaders. Thanks to Baba Saheb Ambedkar. I think that is truly the legacy of Baba Saheb Ambedkar in this country. Thanks to him, today in terms of intellectual leadership, Dalits are actually slightly ahead of the OBCs in terms of providing an intellectual leadership. Will the OBCs be prepared to accept the leadership of Dalit intellectuals and political leaders? That will be the real test of OBCs. That will be the test of whether you stand for social justice or not. I'm not saying go and accept the leadership of any Dalit. All I'm saying is, if there are those who articulate the ideas of social justice more sharply and better than you can, please accept their leadership. Don't look at their caste. Most of them will probably be Dalits for historical reasons. That is the thing. Finally, I just have to say one thing, because my friend Kiran is now indicating to me we have to be somewhere for... Now, other Kiran, my real boss, is standing there at the back. We have to be somewhere for a meeting. India is ready for the third wave of social justice. We had the first wave of Mandal in 1990-91, in which many of OBCs actually opposed Mandal. They did not even know whether they were for or against it. Then there was a second wave, 2006-07, when it was implemented on the issue of, when it was brought to educational institutions. And then again there was opposition on the street, the Mandal 1 and Mandal 2. India is ready for Mandal 3 now. It is about to take place. It will raise bigger issues. It will not only be about caste census. Caste census is only a trigger for that. In this wave, bigger issues will be raised. Should there be a 50% cap or not? Should there be a caste reservation for the entire country or not? Should social justice and affirmative action not be extended to private sector? Because the real opportunities are in the private sector, and we are only talking about these few sarkari jobs. And I have written last week, should the SC, ST, OBC reservation be extended to private universities also? These are the issues that will be asked. The issues of justice within the most disadvantaged communities, within SC, within ST, within OBC will be raised. We are at the beginning of the third wave of Mandal. The first and the second wave, the first wave was under confusion. As I said, half the OBCs did not even know whether they are on this side or that side. Second was a weak wave. Third wave should be a genuine wave of social justice, where OBCs stand hand in hand with SC, ST, minorities, and women. If we make that coalition will be coalition of the bottom of the pyramid. That coalition will fight a true battle for social justice. And it will not only liberate itself, it will also liberate India. It will not only secure its own interest, it will secure Indian democracy. It will secure Indian Republic. It will defend Baba Saheb Ambedkar's constitution. Thank you very much.